On the storm and the flooding, and bring in Tony Perkins with the Family Research Council. You're in Louisiana, Tony. Your church is organizing relief efforts. Tell us all about it, please.
Well, Stuart, a year ago, this community was flooded, and we were the recipient of help from across the country, and now we're very sensitive to those in need. And so, yes, churches in this area organizing relief to take over to Texas. I've been talking to pastors there in the Houston area whose churches were flooded. They're working as hard as they can to get back on their feet so they can help their community that's been devastated. I mean, this is, as you pointed out, this is a storm of biblical proportions. We're seeing these more frequently with a greater intensity, and this requires that everybody work together, the government, nonprofits, churches, and unfortunately we've become fairly proficient at this because of the frequency at which we've been doing it.
What exactly are you doing, apart from providing shelter maybe within your church, but what else are you doing?
Well, because we know what is necessary in the immediate hours after a flood like this, and it's usually the first 72 hours which are the most critical. People are looking for the shelter. Of course, that's more in the regional area of Texas, but food coming in, cleanup supplies, really just knowing that you're not alone, because you become isolated. You're oftentimes cut off from the outside, even though we're seeing all this media. When you're inside the bubble, you don't see it, and you become isolated. And just to know that help is on the way, that there's going to be people walking with you through this process. I mean, we're a year out from the major flood in Louisiana, and rebuilding is still going on. We still are housing relief efforts in our church dealing with this area. So this is going to be an ongoing process, but everybody has a role to play.
But are the churches in a kind of a network of help? Christianity is very strong in your part of the country. I'm not implying that it's weak elsewhere, but it's particularly strong, Texas, Louisiana. I'm thinking there must be a network of help, Christian to Christian.
There are. We have, at the Family Research Council, we have a network of about 15,000 pastors, so we immediately began talking to those pastors and then connecting them with ministries like Samaritan's Purse that is going in. I was talking with them yesterday. They were staged in Victoria, moving into Houston as soon as the roads were cleared. Look, Stuart, this is where we see the best of America in the worst of times. When people are being rescued off of roofs, or being housed in churches or other shelters, or being fed, no one asks what color they are. No one asks what political persuasion they come from. They see them as another human being in a situation of need, and so they help them. This is what makes America, I believe, a great nation.
Will you please tell the media that, please? Because I think the media needs to hear it. Tony Perkins, Family Research Council, thank you for joining us. God bless.
Thanks, Stuart.